Inec ad hoc staff thumbprints on ballot, disrupts presidential election at large polling area in Abuja. Can you imagine? This is terrible. That is why that is the problem. These are the people that have been paid to go and disrupt the Inec process. Okay? If you are an Inec ad hoc staff, you are supposed to ensure the smooth running of the process. Rather, you are the person that initiated the malpractice. How would you expect to have a free and fair election? And that is the truth, that they don't know that those things are criminal acts and has its own penalty in the new electoral act that had been signed. They don't know. People are doing, making grievous actions without understanding the consequences. How can an INEC ad hoc staff at that time is a government official that is delegated to make things work? Now you are the person that started thumbprinting in that polling unit. Quite unfortunate. Okay. Voting process on Saturday, February 25, 2023 came to a halt when an independent National Electoral Commission ad hoc staff was beaten for allegedly thumbprinting the ballot paper at the polling unit 009 located at the LEA Primary School, Lugbe, Abuja, Nigeria's capital. The polling unit is located in a voting center with thousands of voters. Trouble started when prospective voters who, after waiting for so long to cast their votes, cited an INEC official doing the unthinkable. Can you imagine? Blueprint correspondent who monitored election at the area said INEC official brought voting materials to the polling unit at about 11 a.m. Blueprint can also report that voting did not start at the polling unit until about 12 p.m. Voting were going on smoothly until around 3:45 p.m. when the crisis commenced. It was also gathered that the INEC official refused advice by the Lugbe divisional police officer to allow accreditation and voting to go simultaneously. The police officer was seen warning the INEC official, but the danger of delaying the process was as the voters was agitating. It was not long that the angry voters who alleged that it was a ploy to disenfranchise them descended on the INEC staff and beat him up. A police officer, Gambo Moses, who was trying to ensure the situation did not get out of hand, was attacked by the mob. The situation came under control when there was a reinforcement by the security personnel. That's a very good one. Okay? That's a very good one. Meanwhile, on polling unit 077, 075, 083, and other polling units, all in Lugbe area of the FCT, visited by our correspondent, the processes were reportedly smooth and running. That was a very good one. Okay, that's a very good one. So that is a good example of what has happened in so many parts of the country, where I see INEC ad hoc staff, not even the real INEC staff. An ad hoc staff was seen thumbprinting and disenfranchising other people. Is that not? That means that INEC staff had been paid by the party he was thumbprinting for. Okay? And they caught him. It's unfortunate that they did not show us the party he thumbprinted for here. All right? But the good news here is that the voters who were waiting, getting disappointed, had to stop him from doing that, got him beaten up, and at least he has collected beating for the money he collected. Because that action he was taking was not ordinary. He must have been paid to do that. Okay? And he was doing it publicly. He thought he's a macho man. He thought nothing will happen. Now he has received his own water. He has collected his own water. All right? You can imagine. The polling unit is polling unit 009 at LEA Primary School, Lugbe, Abuja. That is Federal Capital Territory. Okay? So that was what happened in that unit. But again, I know that a lot of people, there have been early results from Abuja show that Obi has been leading, that even in Aso Rock, Aso Villa, Obi swept the vote there, the presidential vote, Obi swept it. Okay? In so many areas of Abuja, Obi swept the election neat, clean, and clear. Those were the early results that we got as at this moment. Okay? That is even unfortunate that even in Aso Rock, even in Aso Villa, where I'm sure in Aso Villa, that should be where close to the area where power is. That is government house. That's almost like federal house. Okay, the federal government territory will be swept that in that area. What does that tell you? It means that even government officials, even so many people in that area voted Obi. So it is quite obvious that even the people that were following Atiku and Tinubu, most of them are going to be following them during campaign, but at the election day, they must have voted Obi. Okay, they must have been following those people, Tinubu and Atiku, okay, behind during campaign. But during election, they obviously voted Obi. That is what we can see from here. You know, we've been warning and telling people that the Nigerians know the truth right in their heart, but for some selfish reasons or for some occultic commitment, they just can't break the rule. Okay, or for some party commitment, they can't break the rule for the party. That is why they're following behind. But right in their heart of heart, thank God it's a secret ballot. Nobody's going to ask you to come and say who you voted for. They must have voted Peter Obi massively. Because the kind of sweeping that Peter Obi is taking everywhere, it's obvious that even people in state government houses, in the federal cabinet, commissioners, even lawmakers have voted Peter Obi. I'm telling you, they will just be making noise, but they know where their heart is directing them to. This is very, very interesting coming out. That even with the wahala that all those people, all those political thugs put together, I tell you, Obi is coming. This country, Inec is an error. That is true. Inec is our problem in this country, and that has always been true. Okay, he was given the beating of his life in Lugbe. That's a very good one. That means that they intervened and got that Inec ad hoc staff out of the way before election started. And I'm sure in that polling unit, Peter Obi will definitely sweep it. Peter Obi will definitely sweep it. Okay, Peter Obi will definitely sweep it. That is why I see it. So it's a very good one coming from that point. And that intervention that was done was done almost all across the country. It's only in polling units where the thugs came with guns and started shooting that voters were completely disenfranchised and they had to run for their life. Okay, we saw several videos of several locations where those things happen. Can you imagine? So it's quite unfortunate that state governors, apart from saying Inec is our problem, state governors are also our problems. The state governors had to put their thugs, their political thugs in place to cause mayhem so that the election can swing in their own direction, in their favor. Quite unfortunate. But I thank God that this one that happened in Abuja, polling unit 009 at Lugbe, it was controlled, and by the intervention of the voters, everything came to normal, and then these people were able to vote. I'm sure by the time the result of that location, that polling unit comes out, Peter Obi will definitely win that location.